was in the garden centre the other day with this dog, and we got to the till and she said, "Can I give your dog a biscuit?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. Of course." And she asked him to sit, and he didn't sit. And I said to her, I was like, "My dog doesn't know sit." She was like, oh, okay. Can I just give it to him? I'm like, "Yeah." And she asked me, she's like, "Why doesn't your dog know sit?" You know, because I was wearing this. She was like, "Are you like a dog trainer?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, my dog just doesn't run off, and he has great recall. That's all he needs. And then we got into this conversation, and I kind of had this light bulb moment. I was like, there are so many people's dogs out there that know the pointless stuff, but not the crucial stuff. Like, there are many people, maybe even you, your dog knows how to sit and lie down and roll over and drop that, but they run after every dog they see. Like, every walk, every day is just, your dog is just dictated by luck, because recall is hit and miss. And I'm like, all I just don't need him to run off, and I need recall that works. So, why is that a thing? Why do dogs listen to those things, but when it comes to the important stuff, they can't? Well, it's because there are behavioural issues in the way of your recall working. Because you can teach a dog sit, and most of the time they'll just sit, because it's simple. They're here, they'll sit, and they'll get a bicky. But when it comes to things like this, the thing you have to understand about recall is it only works if that word is more valuable than all of this. So there he is. So the word Enzo is more valuable to him than the environment, but not because of how I trained it. See, training doesn't help dogs, it only manages their behaviour. So teaching Enzo manages him. It makes that word really valuable. But what about this? What if he is absurdly obsessed, absurdly desperate? What if he has eyes like flying saucers, his arousal's through the roof? Do you think he's going to give up that dog? Do you think he's going to give up that deer, that smell? Do you think he's going to be able to stop playing? Do you think he's going to be able to settle at night? Do you think he's going to be able to walk nicely next to me on a lead? No. All of those problems are fixed when you help the dog, because all of those problems are in the way of your training working. So Enzo doesn't have recall because we've just trained that one thing beyond belief. He has recall because he's okay. So if you want to learn how to give your dog what they need to meet their needs, give them what they need to function so they are not desperate, frustrated, hyperactive, and your dog is actually trainable. The Meeting Them Needs Challenge is below. It's a free live event coming up where we're going to be talking about 3 things. Number 1, mental stimulation. Not Kong's leaky mats and puzzle games. We're going to be talking about things that actually tire out your dog's brain, getting them sleeping more, getting them less desperate to do everything. Number 2, outlets. Outlets relieve frustration. See, your dog's outlets, so like this Labrador, her outlets are very different to Enzo's outlets, who is up there. You see how they're doing 2 different things. It's because they do 2 different types of dogs. I do stuff with her, which I don't do with him, vice versa. When you do what your dog is made for, even if you don't know the breed, we can figure it out, you relieve their frustration. So therefore, they're not desperate to play with that dog, chase that smell, follow that smell, play with that dog, dig that hole, whatever, you know what I mean? So outlets. And then number 2 is arousal. Even if your dog it has had their outlets, even if they're stimulated, if they're trigger stacked, they're hyperactive, because that dopamine is high, the adrenaline is high. So those 3 things are what we are covering in the Meeting Them Needs Challenge. The link is below. It's free, but the seats are limited, so be quick.